My wife, she's white. Oh, it got quiet. Okay. But my wife is just not white. She white. Now, I know a lot of people in here are white, and you're questioning yourselves right now going, am I white? No. My wife is whiter than you. My wife is from Gillette, Wyoming white. You hear that? When white people intimidate, like, damn. That's white. But we got a beautiful family, man. We got 2 kids. My son is now 5, my daughter's 2, and they're black, white, and Asian. That's right, that's right. We gave birth to pandas. We call them Ling Ling and Sing Sing.
Michael Yo is on the Adam Carolla Show.
Yo's in town, and so is Rudy, who's got some news, and let's get into that.
Right on. Yeah, Keanu Reeves lost control of his car in his pro auto racing debut at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, narrowly avoiding a crash. This happened during the GR Cup Series races happening over the weekend. Keanu was coming out of turn 9 when his car, the number 92 Eagles Canyon Racing Toyota GR86, spun into the grass. He was able to avoid smashing into the wall. Video shows Keanu spinning out, and after a brief pause, he gets back on the track and finishes the race. Keanu was uninjured, and he did qualify 31st out of 35.
Let's see. We have
3, and Keanu Reeves goes for a slide.
Doesn't look like there's any contact there necessarily. That's
BRZ Toyota. So this is a spec series.
And the number 92 will
What's that mean?
Going.
All right.
Looks like that's
so
out of turns 8 and 9.
they're all the cars are the same cars, and they're all equally prepped.
Kyle, what do you see?
So there's no advantage to the machinery. There's just advantage to the driver. So and one could argue it's kind of a pure type of racing. They have like a Cup Series with Porsche. They used to do IROC, International Race of Champions, and they had IROC Porsches, they had IROC Camaros, and blah, blah, blah. The Long Beach Toyota Celebrity Grand Prix, where it's all the same car, so you kind of, it's all the driver. I did the Celebrity Grand Prix with Keanu once.
Yeah, it's in the article that he had done. I was going to ask if he was in that race with you.
I did it with him the first year. I did it 5 times. So I think maybe the first or the second time I did it with him. Cool dude.
Yeah.
Hates pepperoni.
I think he loves it. It seems like he will have got it.
We got to hang out a little bit. I think he may have won it. See, they have the celebrity division, and then they have the pro division. And the celebrities are the celebrities, and then the pros are professional drivers from all different motorsports disciplines. And the celebrity that won the year before gets to run with the pros.
Oh.
And I won one year, and then I was lucky enough to win the pro division too, which is rare because usually the celebrities don't beat the pros in the pro division. But Keanu may have won the year before. See if he won. I can't remember if he was there as a pro or a celebrity.
Mm-hmm. So you beat pro drivers?
Well, yeah, I did, but there's a couple things. Keanu competed in and won in 2009. So then he must have come. I don't think he won the year I was there then. So now you got to look. Did he come back in 2010? I did beat the pros, but you have to understand that in racing, there's like guys who race motorcycles, guys that are dragster guys that do ovals. You know what I mean? You're probably not going to beat a guy who's a pure road course, sports car driver. But you might beat a guy who does NASCAR and just does an oval.
Circle. Okay,
right?
gotcha.
And even though that guy's been fucking racing go-karts since he was 7, and as a professional driver, might not have as much road course experience,
So you
he's
wouldn't
still
be
a professional driver.
You wouldn't beat an F1 guy then. F1 guys.
No, you wouldn't beat you most likely wouldn't beat an F1 guy in that, although it's a very different car, obviously.
Okay, yeah.
But if you had a bunch of F1 guys, you probably wouldn't beat those guys.
Yeah.
If you had a guy who was like professional motocross rider or a drag strip guy or an oval guy, like who had a little bit different discipline, you might be able to beat that guy. But still, those guys still are professional racers,
Yeah.
and they all grew up karting and stuff.
Gotcha.
So they're not, they know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some, like, there might be a little luck. Not really, but sometimes they'll crash or shit can happen. But it's lucky if you can win both divisions, which I did, which was totally awesome. But I can't remember if Keanu, he did it in 09. So now you got to find out, Joe, the class of 09, because it was Tony Hawk, him.
He also raced in 2010, it looks like.
Oh,
and
that's one.
Tony Hawk was in that as well.
Right. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out where he finished in 2010.
So, yeah, good dude.
Do you win money? Like, what do you win if you win?
You pick your charity.
Oh, okay, great.
And mine was a Children Sausage Lovers Foundation. Who, a lot of kids don't have access
they
to
have no
sausage.
kids in that
it's
organization.
It's all pepperoni,
Yeah.
and the kids don't have access to it. A lot of inner city kids don't have sausage, and I give back, so I just kind of...
You gave all the kids sausage. Is that what you
I
did?
gave all showed them my sausage, bro.
Yeah, you gave them sausage and onions. Huh? Okay.
I picked some sort of, I don't know, charity or something, and they donate.
Oh, good.
To the
That's
charity.
good.
So,
That's
no, I
good.
didn't get anything.
Do you win money winning the pro division?
No, it's more, they if you win as a celebrity, you tell them in advance what your
what cause.
charity is.
Yeah.
And then they take all the car numbers and they put them all in the helmet, and you reach in and you grab your little piece of paper, and whatever number it has on it, that's your car, because they don't want anybody futzing around or having any car advantage or
Gotcha.
picking out their own car that they drove at practice or something like that. You pick your car, and then you pick your charity, and you visit the children's hospital before that. And if you win, your charity gets the money in the pro and or the whatever division.
Last question. Do they have qualifying laps where they know where to put y'all in order?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they do. So they do it like okay.
Yeah, everything's qualified. Everything's in order.
You're just not picking where you're going to start out of a hat, too. 'Cause
No,
it's a charity
no.
event.
They'll
Okay.
put the fast guys up front, and they'll put the slower guys in back, and then the pros start 30 seconds behind the celebrities.
Got you.
And the pros are all in red cars, and the celebrities are in all different color cars, but not red.
Got you.
And the pros will be 30 seconds behind with their own like pace car, and then the pros will try to catch the celebrities, and you'll catch caught Wanda Sykes on the first lap, like you'll catch them.
She doesn't have a lead foot, you say?
But then, there are other guys, Josh Brolin, those guys can drive. Like, they're guys, they're celebrities who can definitely drive, and you may not catch them because the car doesn't really have any horsepower,
How
a
fast
lot of
does it go?
horsepower. The key, you can find, Joe, somewhere on the internet. The last time I did it, I was going down the straightaway and had Max Pappas like literally bumping me the whole time down Shoreline. The rub is kind of like at the end of Shoreline, which is the longest drive. It's probably about 3/4, Joe. Probably about 3/4 into that race. The last one I did. The rub is sort of like you're probably doing about 130, maybe 135. I don't know, maybe you get to 140 at the end of Shoreline, which is not, blistering. You're going 134 miles an hour. But there's a guy touching you behind you, and there's a guy foot away from you on the right, and a guy's also foot away on the left, and you're still going 134 miles an hour, and we're all turning left. now. And so there's an element of like, you can go to Vegas and just get in a Corvette and go 170 miles an hour. It's no big whoop.
Yeah.
It's having guys touching you at that speed and being right with you. And then it's sort of like they're 3 cars wide going in to the left at the end of Shoreline, and somebody's going to have to lift and back off. Otherwise, we're not all getting through this.
Yeah.
And they will. The pros will ruin the cars. The celebrities will ruin the cars. There's crashes, man. I have a guy fucking hit a tow truck out there.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, there's shit would go down.
Yeah.
Like they would hit the wall. There was people hitting the wall. There's concrete barriers everywhere. It was fun. I mean, I had a fun time doing it, but there's potential for danger.
Okay.
I think is what I would say.
I know nothing of racing except for Days of Thunder, the movie. And I don't know how many guys I've heard use that line, rubbing is racing. And every time I hear that, I go, you don't know shit about racing either, man. Like, you're just stealing stuff from Days of Thunder.
Yeah, they always do. Well, the thing that's dumb about all racing movies is how when they get next to each other, they always look at each other. Nobody's looking at each other. You know when the guy's next to you, but you don't stop and go, I'm giving him a scowl.
Yeah.
Hey, man, back off. You're looking at the fucking road, and you're looking at your tachometer, basically, and your shift light. You know, like looking at this guy. And also, why would I need to give him a look? He's in a race too, and I'm in a race. Who says I get to win? Like, who's this dude with his car? Well, he's another guy who would like to win the race. Kind of like you.
Like goddamn Tony Stewart out there giving me a bad look in turn 3.
Yeah, I'll give him the stink eye. If you go into that race, Joe, and you get about halfway in, you'll see someone mash into a tow truck that was on the track.
Wow.
Which is not supposed to happen.
Unbelievable.
And the tow truck driver was standing outside.
Oh, my
almost got his
goodness.
legs taken off. There was that. And then after that, I think it was the same race. I did it 5 times. But it was about 3/4 in it. It's just going, it's on the feed. Their announcers are talking about it. But yeah, it's like I got a professional Indy driver who's banging me going down the fucking straightaway at 135 miles an hour. And I know who he is. Like, everyone's name's on their windshield. So it's like, again, when you see Wanda Sykes in your rearview mirror, you're like, all right, we're good. But when you see Max Pappas, Indy driver, you go, oh, he's wanting. And by the way, he doesn't give a fuck. Like, he's used to going 100 miles an hour faster than this, so he's not his car.
Yeah.
He's there to fucking have fun, and he's going to fuck you up if he can. And he doesn't have any beef with it at all. All right, so we'll find the footage, but you can go to the next story.
Well, while he's looking for that, let's move on to somebody who was actually also hit by a car. In a brutal twist of fate, a man trying to save a lizard from getting squished on the road ended up getting smashed by a car himself. The shocking scene in Paraguay was caught on camera as the man steps into the middle of the highway attempting to save the lizard and hit by a blue Toyota IST. The man and the lizard were sent flying down the highway. He was rushed to a local hospital for specialized care due to the severity of his condition.
How big is that lizard?
That thing, it's pretty goddamn big. And when he actually picks it up off the highway, and then you see how big it is.
Oh, okay.
But he gets demolished.
I can watch now.
No word on the lizard, but that guy got fucked up.
Oh, man.
Like, why? Why do you do stuff like that? Like, why do people feel like they need to save something in the road? Unless it's even a person, you just like, you stop, maybe you help out.
I don't know. I would feel, if I saw something,
I would drive around it. I'm not going to put my life, I got kids. I'm not risking my life for a lizard.
Oh, man.
It's like when I was watching this TV show.
But you would, what about a puppy?
A puppy? No.
Okay.
No.
Some people would do the puppy.
Well, people are idiotic with puppies. First of all, I'm a dog person, but I'm not like crazy dog person. Like these people that take their dogs to restaurants and put them out.
Yeah, well, fuck, I want to run those people over.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Yeah, like that dog is outside in the heat under the table. Like that dog wants to be in the heat under the table, not at home chilling. Like people, I don't like that. But
what about inside the restaurant?
No. Never on planes, anywhere. Leave your dog at home.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. One thing we finally agree on.
Well, no, you're agreeing with me. I've been on this rant for 20 years.
Come on now.
Yeah.
All right.
But
Yeah.
why? That just
Where's that fucking race? That's
Yeah.
right. It's on the internet. I feel like it's just, I don't know, 7 laps into a 10-lap race.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have the whole race. It's just a matter of finding that moment.
Well, the reason I'm telling you where it is on the tape is so it narrows that search down a little bit. That's about 7, about 3/4 of the way into that whole race, I think. It's on there somewhere. Red cars, you'll see.
It must be like a location thing with the animals and how much we care for them, because I was driving down the highway in northern Minnesota, this is a couple years ago, and a deer ran into the side of my vehicle head first and basically knocked itself out. It was laying on the highway. It was still alive. You could tell it was definitely seeing stars. And a guy in a pickup truck, long hair, big flannel, gets out and says, well, we gotta kill this thing, and pulls out like a Rambo serrated knife and went to go jump on the deer's back to slit its throat. And there was a guy, it was me, my daughter, and then a guy and his kid.
God.
And the two dads are like, hey, dude, let's give it a couple minutes, man. Like, it's still moving a little bit. Finally, the deer, after about maybe 10, 15 minutes, gets its senses and gets up on its legs and takes off. And the guy was like, visibly angry that we stopped him from slitting the throat of this poor
y'all all
deer.
stayed there 10, 15 minutes to watch this deer?
Well, we wanted to make sure it got out of the road, but we had
See,
to like, call the
Michael,
DNR.
I would've
fucking
kept going.
home.
I would've kept
Pepperoni
going.
pizza by then.
I don't stop. I don't stop. It's too dangerous to stop.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
It is now, yeah.
Well, speaking of other
So
monsters.
did the thing got up and made its way back to nature?
Yeah, it was about 15 minutes, but that guy sat on the hood of his truck with that knife, just
Wow.
like sharpening it on his stone, just ready to kill this thing. Yeah.
Eager for the fray.
Yeah. Well, speaking of other monsters, a resurfaced clip shows disgraced music mogul Sean Diddy Combs warning a 16-year-old Justin Bieber to keep quiet about the things he does with Big Brother Puff. In a 2011 appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live, Diddy sat next to Bieber as they discussed the development of their friendship. Ominously, Diddy added what sounded like a very big warning to Bieber. He knows better than to be talking about the things he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Everything ain't for everybody.
Yeah. There's a clip of that.
Yeah.
Somewhere, I think.
There it is. That handshake.
Ooh, that's a weird
That's
handshake.
a weird handshake, bro.
Maybe, he could buy you one also while you're out.
Got me a Lamborghini. It's,
Oh,
I just
well, that's
haven't-
nice.
I haven't gotten it yet, though.
Yeah, I know. When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last
He
time.
had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Well, it's all damning now, right?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that's about I think he got called out by Beaver, and he was mad about that.
Yeah.
You can tell he was a little salty about that, but I don't think it has anything.
What do you know about this story, Michael? You're deep into the community.
No, I'm deep into the community.
Well,
of
this guy's
Diddy.
fucking running over deer in Minneapolis.
I'm definitely not doing
in the wilds of Minnesota. So we're off the path. You know what I mean?
I've been
you represent.
No, I'm not representing.
I just heard your comedy. Yeah, I'm black. I'm
Oh,
married
because
to a
I'm
white
black,
woman.
I'm
Yeah.
representing Diddy now?
You know way more. What kind of shoes you're wearing right
Jordans.
now? Okay.
Oh, my
now
God,
we're
stop
done.
it.
We're done. You're wearing Jordans.
So I've interviewed Diddy.
What kind of? What are you wearing?
I'm wearing Nikes too. Yeah.
Are they Jordans?
No, these aren't Jordans. They're
All
just
right.
Nikes.
I'm
yeah.
0 for Jordan. You're 0 for Jordan.
Yeah.
But we got one
We got
Jordan.
one
in
Jordan,
here.
yeah.
He should be commenting on this story.
I've interviewed P. Diddy 4 times.
That's what I'm saying. I've never met the man.
Stop it.
I've never met him.
You never had him on any of your shows back in the day.
I do not think I've ever met him.
Just at his parties numerous
Just
times.
at his
I
parties.
mean, he's come up behind me at parties. Yeah. When I've dropped my keys.
There you go.
But,
How'd it feel?
I think it was him. There was so much baby oil, I wasn't sure who it was.
Yeah, so I had to interview him at his house in Star Island in Miami, where a lot of these parties are.
This
I
is
guess.
why I turned to you.
So they let us in his kitchen, in his backyard. That's all the places we could go. They said you can't go anywhere else in the house. So I interviewed him, and it was great.
So you
And
took a shit in his kitchen?
I did, right in the sink, bro. Right in the sink.
They'd let you into the bathroom, though. Come
No,
on.
no.
No bathroom.
You couldn't go pat the kitchen and outside. That was
Really?
it. That's it.
Wow.
And at the time, you don't think anything about it, but there
Yeah.
was probably people trapped in there. That's why they didn't want you to go.
So
to the
what
other one.
do you guys think? I mean, what's your?
I think it's true. I think it's all true.
All
I
right,
mean, not this many stories can come out about somebody and it not be true. It's like Bill Cosby. Like when Dave Chappelle said, after the 30th one, I was like, all right, this may be real.
Yeah.
You know, like so many people have stories. And of course it's true. It's crazy with money how much you can get away with. But my thing is, when do you get so famous that you think, I'm a sex traffic now? I'm a traffic people.
Well, I think we should get into this a little deeper. First, we have a clip of that race, and then we'll do it. I'm gonna tie this up, and then we'll take a break and get into it. And I'll go ahead, fellas in the control room, probably say the clock's off by about 20 minutes, but okay. All right, here we go. Sorry. This is, I think, the last year I did it or something. Let's see if this.
But remember, there's a lot of experience in this field right now, and it's probably one of the most talented fields we've ever seen here. Torres under attack.
Ooh.
Watch this. It's going to be trouble here. No, good job. Recovery was good.
Adam Carolla with a great move through there.
Adam Carolla responded a little late. Didn't know that Dare was coming up the inside there. But he did a good job of getting the car under him.
Torres is...
All right. How far into the race is this?
Lap 3 of 10.
All right. Lap 3. Okay. But remember I kept saying the number 7 and then 3/4 of the way into a 10-lap race?
Did you
hear that?
Lap 7.
All right. Well, then that's how you would know this wouldn't be the thing. That's why I say things. All right. You can stop that. That's all right. But the reason I'm saying 3/4 and lap 7 of a 10-lap race is because it's...
Is this the correct race?
I don't even know. Is it the last one?
We don't know. We have a...
Oh, it's the last... All right,
it's titled
there's a few things
Toyota
I'm saying.
Long
Hold
Beach
on,
Grand
hold
Prix
on.
question mark.
All right. It's the last one they ever did, so that'll be good. Yeah, I think that is the race, but it's the last one. That's how you'll know. And then the other thing will be the 7 or the 6 or, the 3/4 in. But it won't be lap 3 because otherwise...
You would have said lap.
I would have said lap 3.
Yeah, I saw his name up there. How's Frankie Muniz as a driver?
He's fast.
Yeah, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a really good driver. He's a real fast driver. He's done open wheel stuff and like Indy stuff as well. There's a few guys. Alfonso Ribeiro's fast.
What?
Frankie Muniz. Oh, he's super fast.
Oh, wow.
There's a bunch of Josh Brolins. There's a bunch of celebrities who are kind of quasi-pro drivers, like, because they can't. Well, because racing is expensive. So you can't do it on the cheap, really. So you have to have some money and you have to have a little bit of time.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, it'll be 7. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never got.
This happens to me very frequently in life, but I'm not sure why. I'll just tell you.
You're
what
very
it is.
passionate about this clip. You're going to get this done.
No, I end up being more curious as to why it's not findable when it's just on the internet and it's the whole race and it's the last one and it's 7 laps in and it's just on the internet. Like why? I don't know how the internet works. I'm not really blaming people. I'm going, how come I think if I had a computer in front of me, I could find this? Now, I know what it is.
Yeah.
But the information that I would put in would still be last Toyota celebrity race or something. Then I would scrub it to lap 7.
Maybe you should make this a through line for the rest of your year. You just, every show, have you found the clip yet? Have you?
It is every show.
It is every show. You're not listening to this program?
I don't know. I do not blame people. I'm perplexed by the internet because there's sometimes. The other day I wanted to know about Bjork.
Oh yeah.
And I typed in Bjork's name and I knew everything about Bjork within 30 seconds. But then there's this, and it's not findable except for it's sitting there, maybe next to Bjork, on the internet somewhere.
How fast is Bjork? She a good driver?
She can drive. Yeah. She was in the pro division with me.
Is there a chance it was Torres that was bumping you and not Max Pappas?
Torres cut me off and... Well, just go to the race and go to lap 7, and then we'll see. Yes, Torres cut me off horribly. She's a horrible person who did a fucking horrible thing to me in this fucking race, 2 laps in a fucking row.
Well, we have that.
And then Max Pappas started bumping me down the straightaway. Yeah, there are also, I should say, there are things that happened before Max Pappas was bumping me, but yes. There's all kinds of... Sorry.
It has been spectacular.
That's her cutting me off. And like a fucking bitch she was.
Wow.
And I lost all my momentum on the straight, so Max Pappas is catching me.
It's not the hard part. It's the tight bend at the end of it that's turn one.
Breaking into two groups here. Outside group's got a good run.
Pappas in there as well in the
They're
104.
They're drafting each other toward the front on the outside lane. That will help.
See, this is exactly what I was asking for.
You'll take notice that there's no lap on the screen there.
Okay.
This is one here before in 2004, along with Chris McDonald.
But I said, that's why I said 3/4 as well. And of course, there wasn't. If it's 20 minutes, you're going to 50. All right, just go back 40 seconds or whatever. So you're doing about, oh, you went way back, but you're doing about 140, and there's a guy touching you.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
Was it Diddy?
It wasn't Diddy. and there's a guy right next to you, and you're all coming into a 30-mile-an-hour turn at 140, and that's where the shit. That's all right. That's it's Al Unser's driving too. Yeah, that's where the shit goes down at the end.
And this is where supposedly a car, well, not supposed, it did. A car hit a tow truck and almost took out a dude's legs.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. That guy could have got killed.
Yeah.
Isn't that initially why you got the clip to show us the tow truck part, or the?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Well, the tow you'll find the tow truck clip. We'll take a break. We got some Diddy stuff I want to get into, and yeah, we'll find a guy almost getting killed by a tow truck.
Okay, great.
Which they shouldn't have happened because you're not supposed to be racing when there's safety equipment on the track.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a mistake. So that was on the racers. Didn't want to stop racing, even though there was safety equipment on the fucking track around a blind corner.
Yeah.
And the guy, it was really dumb. Like, they should have black flagged the race and told everyone to stop. Instead, they yellow flagged it, which meant you can keep going, but don't hit the guy in the tow truck. And all the fucking celebrities and racers went, I'm not fucking slowing down and letting that guy ahead of me go.
Yeah.
So everyone just went for it. And that's when a guy almost got killed in the middle of like the most sanctioned race there is. It's like crowds and safety equipment and flagmen on every corner, like walkie-talkies and fire suits and guys, safety guys and everything, right in the hub of it all. It's sort of kind of like Trump getting shot in the ear.
Yeah.
It's like in the middle of all this, there's some Yahoo on top of a shed with his dad's gunning rifle. Like that, this is what guys with walkie-talkies, and right in the middle of all this. You got that guy?
Yeah.
That's what happened.